Hello.
Hello, Rita.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you. Thank you for having me here in this space. I'm very
Thank
happy
you.
to be with you.
Thank you for joining us. Um, this is the Cantiere in Inglese. Um, all the people that are watching us can comment and also can join us in the direct in live if you want. So it's just to push the link.
Yes.
Okay.
Come and join us. Let's
Yes.
talk a bit.
So let's start to introduce yourself a little bit.
Okay.
You can talk a little bit about you. How old are you, for example?
Okay. So my name is Marianna and I'm 34 years old. So, and I'm from Grumonevano, which is like this very little town, which is so close to Frattamaggiore. Actually, the Grumonevano and Frattamaggiore share the same station, the train station. And there is just a bridge. And you just have to cross the bridge and then you reach Grumonevano. So it's super close. And I lived there with my parents, and then I moved in Frattamaggiore, and I live here for 5 years. No, 4 years. Yeah. So,
Okay. And you have brothers and sisters?
yes, I have one brother actually. He's older than me. He's 40, and he's married, and he has two wonderful children. Which are Antonio, which is the oldest, and tomorrow it will be his birthday, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So maybe happy birthday, Antonio. So tomorrow
Okay.
is going to be 10,
Mhm.
and then the little one, the girl, she's Raffaela, and she's 5. So
Okay.
yes, I'm an aunt. Proud to be. So, and he lives in Cercola, which is like this town near the volcano. You've been there, yes, with the girls
Um,
on the Vesuvio.
sì. Yes, yes. Yes. I've been there. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
But
and did you reach to go on the top of the Vesuvio?
yes, on the top. We walked a lot.
It was art.
Yes, it was hard, but it was very beautiful. So in the end, it was worth it the effort. Yes, it was
Okay.
very beautiful, and it was with all these clowns. So you feel like you are in the in the
Like
heaven almost.
yeah,
Yes,
like God.
like God, exactly.
Wonderful.
Um, so, your favorite color? What is your favorite color?
Okay. Let's say that my favorite color is black. I know, but I can explain. I was born in the 80s, so I was young during the 90s, so all the grunge period and so on. So basically, it's obvious, you know. So
All
I
the
like
rock
black.
and roll.
What can I say? But about clothes, of course, my favorite color is black forever and ever. But I like also green very much. So
Mm,
let's say green and black.
okay.
And yours?
Mine is also green and pink.
Pink.
Yes, but I don't for clothes. No, I don't use so much pink. But I don't know the pink I like because
Yeah.
my also my grandmother and my mother their favorite color is pink. So I don't know, it's something about family. But
Yeah,
I like green also. For the clothes, I think I also use more black as you. I don't know. But
classic.
it depends. It depends. Yes, it depends.
I really
Uh,
don't like pink very much because here, I don't know, maybe it's something that is the same in all Europe, but here, at least, um, especially when you're a kid, a lot of things about clothes are very gender established. So pink for little girls, and
mm,
then blue for boys, and then I think I always hated this kind of division or
yeah.
gender division about colors and clothes, and so I started to hate pink. And then I
Yes,
decided when I was a little girl, I don't want to wear pink anymore. This is bullshit. I don't think that pink is for girls. I don't like this. And then I just grew up and then continued to hate pink. So that's why. But it's not for the color, it's for the story behind.
yes, I understand. Yes. Let me just say one thing that we are live in YouTube
Mhm.
also, and in YouTube you can see all the people in at home can see with subtitles, so it is easier to understand us, the people that don't understand so much English. So
Yeah, of course. And you can always ask to repeat something or maybe go slower. Or...
yes, and also everyone can send us questions, and we can try to answer it. And everyone that can want to join us can is free to join us. So more, what can I?
So I read the comment and Sandra wrote that her favorite color is purple.
Purple, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a great color.
Actually, here in our home, we have a poster with
Mhm.
a purple color from the Espacio Feminista.
Oh,
It's
uh, I used to work and I studied theater,
mm-hmm.
And purple is a very tricky color in the field of art or theater or music because there is some kind of legend about, and they say that purple it brings bad luck. So you have never you don't have to wear purple on stage, and I don't know, it's bad luck. So
Yes, I heard
it,
one time one professor, the dance professor, that said exactly the same thing, that in the stage you can't wear purple,
it's forbidden. It's forbidden.
some kind of superstition or something. Yes.
They're very superstitious, and it is about a real story because during the I don't know the 50s, uh, there was like in the Easter period, like the
Mhm.
40 days before Easter. I don't know what's the word in English to say. In Italian, is Quaresima. It's like
Uh,
40 days before Easter. And according to the Catholics, in during these 40 days, you have to do like you don't have to eat meat, and you have to do like something to I don't know to make sacrifice,
yes.
something like this. And the theater were closed. And the purple is the color of the those days,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yes.
color outside the church. That's
Yes.
why the purple brings back luck because they didn't work during this period, so they
Ah,
couldn't eat.
okay, understand. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Portugal, during this Quaresma, we say in Portugal.
Mhm.
I don't know the word in English. Also, um, all the streets are with this kind of these crosses with
Mhm.
with the tissue purple also.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it's associated to the show business.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you are Italian, so I guess your favorite dish it will be or pasta or or pizza, no? Are you?
Actually, no.
No.
Uh, so yeah, I will surprise you, but I don't like pasta very much. So I prefer rice, so,
Mm.
or I like very much soup.
So,
Yeah, I just eat pasta once a week, so
mm.
I'm very atypical. But let's say yes, to be an Italian girl. But
Yes.
let's say my favorite dish, maybe pizza. Okay, pizza. And this is international, I mean. So, uh, but also I like vegetables a lot,
Mm.
any kind, in any ways, and also I like fish very much. Yes.
I also like fish very much. Yes. But my favorite dish is a dish is only Portuguese, I think. Is
Mm.
arroz de cabidela. It means it's is rice
Mhm.
with chicken, the chicken that you have at home, like
Mhm.
homemade chicken. But you put also the blood of the chicken. Yes.
Oh.
So the rice is all brown, but it's very good. And
Hmm.
all the grandmothers know how to do it in Portugal. And of course, my grandmother do the best one.
Of course, of course. Also here in Italy, in particular in Napoli, we have a dish with blood, but it's pork blood, and
Mm.
it's mixed with melted chocolate. It's a
Whoa,
dessert, yes, and it's called sanguinaccio. It's like
sanguinato.
sanguinaccio is like bad blood. I'm trying to translate, but it's not so good.
Yes,
Sangue is blood, and
yes.
accio, I have no idea how to translate in English, but it's something that is very typical. But because it's like a hot chocolate, but somewhere in between, like hot chocolate and pudding, because it's
Mm.
thicker than hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I never tried
Ah, okay.
consciously. I cannot say that my grandmother, when I was a child, made me eat, and I didn't realize that there were blood in it. But I am not sure. I cannot say this. But let's say consciously, I never tried. But it's something that is very typical, and now it's forbidden.
I
Yeah, you
why?
cannot cook. You cannot cook pork blood because of I don't know, maybe security stuff or safety stuff or
Ah,
something.
yes, because all the disease,
Yes.
maybe. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Hmm.
So, and you work in Cantiere with us,
Yeah.
but you study what you studied before?
Oh, this is a long story
We
because
have time.
because I studied something that is completely different uh, from what I'm doing now. But I mean, at the time when I finished my high school, I I went to university and I chose biotechnology. So
A little
I
bit like me. I
yeah, so
study biomedical engineering, so
yeah,
it's
it's something like that. It was very similar. And yes, I studied there, and I really like it because I always liked this kind of subjects. Even if I did in my high school classical studies, so it was just a big difference, a huge difference, because I passed from, I don't know, Latin and ancient Greek to biology and chemistry. Okay, but then
you know a little bit of everything, so it's good.
I like it. but then I never finished university because life, and then and in the same time I studied theater. I've been studying theater since I was 14, so pretty much 20 years, and I fell in love with theater. And even if I was studying at university, I always had this love and passion, and so I never stopped. And I don't know, I just used to work in the afternoon, maybe little jobs, part-time jobs to pay my theater schools or something like this. But it was fun, it was cool, because I loved it, and I love it. I still love it. And then I started to work in theater for a while. And then I started to manage the theater in Cantiere Giovani, TAV, Teatro Animazione Visioni. But I know Cantiere Giovani since I was a little girl. I was 15, maybe, the first time that I entered in the center that at the time was called Laboratori Metropolitani, and it was like my first time. I still have my card with like the number 100 and something. It was one of the first cards, and I fell in love with Cantiere Giovani too, and now I'm working with them, and so I managed to join my passions and my job, so I'm very happy about it.
Yes, this is very, and not everyone can have this, like do whatever they really love. So
of course, it wasn't easy. I have to say, it wasn't easy because in the meanwhile I had to do a number of shitty jobs, but at the end I'm very happy. So maybe just don't stop. This is the advice that but without being fake wise, just because I went there, and so it's real. I mean, so don't stop and try to do better, to feel better. And if something is not right, it's not right. So maybe try to change it.
Yes, it's true. I agree with you. Yes. I never worked in my field also, but I mean, I really like to study this, but it's not my thing, I think. So I still looking for what I want to do, but
this is interesting because I mean, it's good to be curious about what else is there, and it's good to want to learn something more or do other experiences.
Yes,
so
it's true. At some point something will happen, something will appear that reveals what you really have to do in your life. Yes.
At some point you will love something more than anything else, and then you will not love this something anymore, so you will go on. So that, I mean, it's life, no?
Yes, it's life. Exactly.
But this is a thing that we have in common. me, you, and Teresa, and a lot of other people in Cantiere Giovani, that we do like technical studies or maybe scientific studies, and then
We are
do
making another
other things.
very human.
Yeah.
So, okay, and what about hobbies? Do you have any hobby? I know you like theater, but you have other hobby, art, sports.
Yes. Okay. Of course, I like theater very much. I consider more a job than a hobby, but of course, it's also a hobby. But I also like reading very much. I read every time I can, especially in the evening. I would like to read more, but just sometimes I don't have the time. That's why when when I am on holiday, I feel very blessed because I can read a lot of books and maybe all the one that I wanted to read so desperately, and I couldn't find the time during the work year. And I like music very much. I like to go to the concerts and to listen like live music, and I like go to the clubs where they play live music. And I also like, let's say, I don't do very much sport right now, but I did in the past a lot, and a lot of different things, like also, I don't know, circus stuff, or just they were all connected with theater. I was blessed because I had the opportunity to experiment with a lot of things, and it was very fun. So, yes. And you?
Right now, I really like read also, but I don't know. Sometimes it's not only the time. Is I don't know, Netflix calls. But yes, I really like when I stop. I really stop and I read. I really like this. Sports. I also did a lot of sports when I was a child. But then in the university, I stopped. And during this quarantine, this first quarantine in March, I start doing yoga, and I really like it. So most of my free time is doing yoga. Not all the time, but when I feel like. And music, yes, I really like music. Every day I listen to music when I went to the shower, when I'm cooking, every time. I really like. And did you know that in Portugal we have a lot of festivals of music? So
Yeah.
you are invited.
Of
If
course,
you,
of course.
because we are very passionate people about music, about very diversity kind of different kind of music. Yes, if you like more jazz, you have a festival of jazz. If you like more reggae, you have another festival of reggae. If you like more commercial, you also have this kind of festival. So yes, I really like. And I invite you when this whole thing passes. I hope we can return to have these all festivals.
Yes, of course.
And speaking about traveling, do you like
Yes,
traveling?
I like traveling a lot, but I think we have a comment
Ah,
from Sandra, which says, ok,
come
ok,
si dice?
come
Il
si
mio
dice in
hobby
inglese? Il mio hobby è
è
fare l'arrampicata. Ok,
arrampicata.
Sandra, my hobby is Climbing, I guess.
Okay. I didn't know this word in Italian. Arrampicare.
Arrampicarsi. To climb?
To climb.
Sandra,
Okay.
really? Do you climb? Can
I
you?
don't think so.
It looks very difficult. But wow, who
Yes.
knew?
Good question. But
And
so you like traveling? Oh,
yes, I
everyone
like
likes
traveling.
traveling.
I like traveling a lot, and of course, I miss traveling right now. Of course, I wish to travel more often beside this period, but you have to have time and maybe some money to spend. But it's not always so easy, but it's easier than we think, actually, because the most wonderful trip or mini trip that I had, it was like, okay, just take this flight and then just go couch surfing somewhere, or maybe we have a friend who can host us. And they were like at last minute, but they were wonderful. And so maybe after this crazy period, maybe I will travel more. I hope to travel more.
Yes, I think it's a wonderful thing to do, to know other cultures, other way to think, because every culture is different, and also the food. I really like eating and trying new things.
Yes.
So, what was your favorite trip?
Whoa.
You have someone?
Oh, this is a difficult question. But let's say the first that I remember, maybe it was really wonderful. It was one summer. We went traveling by car on the road, me and Sirio, and we went first in Croatia, and then we went in Bosnia, and then Montenegro, and then Albania. It
Whoa.
was like a mini Balkan tour by car, and it was wonderful. And I fell in love completely with Sarajevo. It was my first time in Sarajevo, and I didn't imagine anything like I saw. It is a wonderful city. It is a multicultural city, and it's so normal to see different kind of people, different religion, and different costumes and different colors coexist together, and it feels so natural, and it's so wonderful. And yes, a piece of my art is in Sarajevo right now.
Pasquale is asking if it is possible to climb in Napoli. I don't know. Do you know?
Let's search.
I have a feeling that Pasquale knows this one.
Yes, Pasquale knows all the strange sports, extreme sports. I'm sure that it is possible. I'm pretty sure that is possible. But
in the Amalfi Coast, I think I heard someone to speak about this. That there is some kind of trial that you can do, but I don't know.
I know that there are a lot of trail adventure, maybe some parks that you can go and you can do like this path, and the climbing is included. But I'm pretty sure that we have a lot of mountains, so it's possible to climb one or two. So, but free climbing, Pasquale, with bare hands, maybe. Okay, I
If
don't
you
know.
want Pasquale, if you want Pasquale, I can go with you. So just invite me. I'm going.
But we can ask our listener. So if you know, please comment and
Yes,
let Pasquale know if there is possible to do climbing in Naples or in the nearby.
yes. Another comment,
Mariana?
Mariana. You say early that one of your passions is theater. Have you ever taken part in a theatrical show acting in English?
No, unfortunately. I've never before, but I did an addiction once, so I had to try and prepare a little piece in English, and I chose a piece from Sarah Kane, this writer, English writer, unfortunately dead, but it was very, very strange because it was the first time. It's not my language, so at first it was like I I wasn't able to fully master the words and to match the words with the expression, maybe the feelings. But then once learned the word, it was like natural. I I stopped thinking about what language was, and then
Mhm.
it felt natural. So it was very beautiful. Also because the text was very beautiful.
Mm. Okay, nice.
Thank you, Francesco.
Um, do you have any plans, if you can, in this moment, to go to somewhere else? Do you have any country in your head that you really want to go in
Okay,
this moment?
this is another difficult question because
You have a lot.
no, because we all have like a bucket list,
Mhm.
and we 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 sign all the places that we want to visit somewhere, and somehow I grew with my father, and he traveled a lot for his job, and he basically visited all the world. So in all his when he told me stories about, I don't know, places like India, or maybe Sri Lanka, or maybe um, Japan or something like this, I always was like, it was a fairy tale to me, because it was all, everything was wonderful and so far away, and I grew up with this dream. So I want to visit maybe everything that I can visit, but starting from the places that I remember from my father stories. So let's say India, let's say Japan, let's say South America, let's say Sri Lanka, let's say
Yes,
Indonesia, and so on.
yes.
And
Okay.
you?
Almost the same, yes. I want to go everywhere, but I'm very curious about the Asia. Um, I don't know all the countries that you said, Japan and all this. I don't know because it's so different from Europe and so mystic.
Yeah.
Um, So I'm very curious. Also in the Latin America, yes, I'm very very curious about it. And
Lucky
I want
Francesco.
and I want to go to Africa also, like the heart
Yeah.
of Africa. I don't know. I'm very curious about it. But I have so much to know in Europe first. So I don't know because I don't know so many countries at this point. but I hope I can. I can. Uh, in all these travels that we make and we want to make, if we know English is like an extra. I don't know how to say, like an expression. Um, is an advantage. Like if you
course.
go to some country, almost you can find always someone that speaks in English and can help you. So
Of
we
course.
can let the people in house to we can let them know some words, some simple words, some
Mm.
simple phrases,
Yes,
sentences.
yes, expressions.
Yes. So when we want to someone to help us, we can first, of course, we say hi, but after we can say, "Do you speak in English?" Because this the first contact
Yes,
to make a
yes,
conversation, and then, "Can you help me, please?" Like yeah, it's passing here. Also, can you give me an information? We can also use the other form like sorry to bother you, but can you help me?
excuse
Um,
me.
yeah, excuse me. uh, comment from Pascual. It's time to think about virtual or poetic trips. Yes,
Yes, why not?
actually.
Of course. There is a thing that I like a lot, which is called like the map of the places of the earth. Basically, you can create your map on Google Map,
Mhm.
and you can pin, you know, put some pins on the places that are
Thank you.
meaningful to you, and explain why. Maybe this can be a poetic trip. So you can just pin all your favorite places, or maybe places connected with a story that you want to share with the others, or maybe something significant to you, or maybe places that you would like to see. And then we can share these maps, these heart maps. It could be it could be a nice thing to do, maybe. Let's
Yes.
think about as an activity.
And Susie comment also and said, both of you have traveled a lot, so you met a lot of different people and probably spoke in English with them. Is there a country where it was been more difficult to have a dialogue with people because they didn't speak in English or their English was too difficult? For me, it was in Turkey. Uh, in the university that I went, everyone speaks in English, and at home with my roommates also, flatmates. But in the street, it was very difficult to communicate. Yes, because we couldn't find so many people that speak in English. Yes,
Mhm.
for me it was this. And for you?
For me, it was beside Italy, because I think that maybe Italian people, along with Spanish people, have more problem to learn English. I mean, maybe for the pronunciation. And then in Spain, it was difficult for me to find.
What?
Hello, Sirio. Let's pretend we didn't hear anything. But yes, also it happened in Greece and in Albania, but not because they didn't speak English, but because they knew Italian. So
Ah,
even if you tried to speak English with them, they somehow recognize you as Italian, and then they replied you in Italian. So
sorry.
okay. But yes, and also When I was in London, I was super worried because English is like proper English. It's very
Yes.
difficult to understand, especially if they speak fast. So I was worried at first, but then I realized that London is so multicultural that basically there are not English people like proper English people. So everyone spoke English with a different accent. So I just feel more relaxed, and then I was able to communicate with everyone. So
Yes, I never been in London, but I have this impression, yes,
I
because
was in London in 2012 during the Olympic Games. It was wonderful,
oh,
wonderful, really.
yes, nice. Um, we can say more sentences like the basic one. Where is the bathroom? Because in so many cases we have to know how to say this. Where is the bathroom?
This is very important.
Yes,
Bedroom or maybe the toilet or
the toilet. Yes,
the
you can say
restroom if you want to be, I don't know, more polite. Oh, this actually, now I remembered.
Mhm.
It was one summer in Corsica, and I was eating in a restaurant, and I asked the waiter, I'm sorry, where is the bathroom? And then he looked at me like, because they speak French there, and I mean, bathroom is like international. It's not le toilette. Sorry, you understood. Come on, you understood.
Yes,
But yeah, he was like, I don't understand English, so I'm sorry. Yes, maybe in Corsica they don't speak English.
yes. But toilet, they understand. Yes, okay. Can see French.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. We can also when we don't know when someone speak with us and we don't understand some word, we can say, "Where? What does this word mean?"
yes,
It's
of
also
course.
important, I think.
Or maybe we
Uh,
can ask, can you repeat, please?
can you
Or
repeat? Yes.
or maybe can you repeat slowly, please? If you want to 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 listen the sentence, but slowly.
Yes, it's true. And probably when we travel, we use a lot the public transportations, like the bus and the train. So it's important to know how to say some sentence also, like where is the bus stop or the station? Where is the station? Um, for buying a ticket, for example. I want a ticket to Napoli, for example. Um, how much this does it cost? The price.
Yes.
Um, we can ask we went to the bus for making sure that we are right. We can ask the driver. Um, does this bus goes to the place that we want?
Yes.
And more. I don't know. When we are in the okay, in the bar, in the restaurants, because we eat a lot in the travelings. At least I like to try everything. So it's
Me too.
important to know how to say. Could you bring me a beer, please? This
This is
is
an important sentence. I mean, it's very
yes.
useful.
Also, can you bring me a coffee? Um, I want a soup. I want a steak. Um, I don't know. And if we don't know what we if we don't choose yet the
Mhm.
what we want to eat, we can ask for a suggestion, a
Yeah,
chef's suggestion, a recommendation. We can say, "Could you recommend me something
yeah.
like this?"
It's also a good way to taste something new or something typical, maybe.
Yes. Like, can you tell me what is the typical food from here?
Yes.
Um, yeah, more or less. Do you have any other idea? What if when you make wait, I will reformulate everything. When you travel, did
Mhm.
you have any experience like? Do you want to talk? Do you want to speak and you can't like someone is something is missing in the way that for
Yes, maybe
communication.
some words. Yes, yes, yes. I never experienced something like this because more or less I always traveled in Europe and everyone knew at least a little bit of English. Um, and then I, unfortunately, I don't speak other languages. I always wanted to learn other languages, but I can understand something um, of other languages if they speak slowly. Not all the languages, of course. I cannot understand German even a bit because it's completely different, but
Neither.
it's true. I'm sorry, Ronia, but it's true. It's completely different from ours, so it would be impossible to be. But I don't know, maybe Spanish or maybe Portuguese. If you speak very slowly, I can understand a little. So maybe
Mm.
when you are in need, you can catch something because you need to learn something that and so it's easier to understand something. So I never experienced something like this, but I can imagine maybe if you go in a place like, I don't know, China or Korea or Japan, and maybe nobody speak English there, it will be difficult to try to communicate.
Communicate. Yes. Yes, it's true. Okay. Maybe we can show a little how to because the time is very different in English. It's very different. No, it's not very different because you can say in the same way that we said, but we have a special words in the time in English. I
Yes,
don't know if the Ronia, can you put the clock here?
show the clock.
Show the clock, yes. Okay, because we have it's like in two parts. The first one is past,
Mm-hmm.
or the is like five past something, and if you pass the mezza hora in Italian, it's half. So
Yes.
after this part, you say is 25 minutes, for example, to the next hour. So maybe we can say
Yeah,
in
I don't know
very
in Portuguese, but in Italian, it's like the same thing, more or less,
uh,
because
yes, because it's more or less the same. But for example, when you say uh, 8:45,
Mhm.
8:45, you can say it is a quarter to nine. And normally in Portugal, we have like this kind of division in Portugal, the north and the south. And is true that we speak a little different. And in the north, normally we don't say a quarter to nine. but I know in the south they say yes.
Mhm.
But we can show more examples like 8 and 10. 8, 10. We can say 10 past 8, like saying first the minutes and then the hour. I think is the main difference.
Yes, 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 yes.
And quarter is when it's 15, and the rest is all the same. I think this scheme
Yeah.
is easier to understand. Okay, so I think we are in the end of this El Cantiere Inglese. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
Uh,
you for having me.
In the next hour, we will have in Cantiere Internazionale. I'm also there, and we will talk about. Can you guess the country? It's from Europe. It's like
Really?
yes, and someone that has been here as a SVA will
Mm-hmm.
participate it also. Can you guess?
The country? You have to give me an hint because. Okay, last time it was Portugal. So maybe, I don't know, Spain or German? Germany?
Germany. Yes,
Yes?
Germany. Yes. So you know who is coming?
No?
Okay. You will see. So you have to
Okay,
see.
it will be a surprise. Okay,
Yes.
I guess there is a comment.
Yes.
What
What
what is
is
the thing that after all this is over, or soon, that you most want to do? What do you miss most about that freedom? Okay.
uh,
I
yes,
miss,
okay.
I think I miss doing the thing that I did normally. I miss hugging people a lot. And it's always strange to me to just wave like this. It's a
Yes.
bit cold.
Yes.
It's like Queen Elizabeth, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss
Well,
hugging people. I miss going to the concert. I miss going to the theater. I miss traveling. And I also miss my family because
yes.
even if they are near, but we are not able to see each other. So I miss hugging my nephews and my family. Yes.
Yes, for me it's the same because I really like hug people and kiss and everything. And it's very strange that you come to some place and you can't be so close to the people. You're like, oh, okay, I'm here. And I think the people are starting to have this distance from each other, and it's not good. And also walking in the streets without the mask to breathe more. And I don't know if you pass with by someone in the street, you can't give a smile. It's very strange this. And also going to the concerts and all kind of spectacle shows, spectacle.
Okay.
Um,
Let's hope that we can do all these things together as soon as possible.
yes, I hope so.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Bye.